What's up, Goblin Nation? It's Gibrian, and I'm wondering, what did you rate my fit? Is it pronounced Gibrian or Gibrian? Anyways, if you didn't know, Rell Games just dropped their final teaser for Rell Seas, and by just, I mean on Monday, right after I posted my last video, and I've been too busy with work to make another video, until now. Well, I took the extra time I couldn't be editing, and I've watched the final teaser 37 times to discover any hidden clues about the game you might have missed, you specifically. You ever watch that movie Holes, where they have to dig a bunch of holes? That's kind of like me, except instead of digging holes, I've been digging for secrets in Rell Seas. So don't forget to like and subscribe because the Goblin Nation needs you, and join the Discord because I'm in desperate need of memes to send my friends. Go grab yourself a snack and buckle in because delicious times are ahead of you. So this is crazy, guys. So just in the intro animation, you can see two flies getting eaten. It is my theory that one of them is the Bloxfruit developer and the other one is Axior, since the Rell Seas devs don't seem to like either one. Next, we have this cool little animation. I'm going to speed it up since there's no real secrets here. Wait, what is that? Here you can see the main menu. It has 4 options. I'm not really sure what they are, but you can quickly see I pulled a freeze frame of when he scrolls over the bottom one, and it says private, which I think is for private servers. Now these are the cutting edge details only the Goblin Army could dig up. So this actually seems to confirm that you can edit your character after you've already made them, which is pretty cool in case you end up changing your mind or don't want to be a fishman, since you can actually select the race. Going over to the next part of the menu, you can see on the right it's for game mode selection. Now they have a battlegrounds mode. I don't know if this is like a normal battlegrounds where you just kind of load into a map and fight. They have crew battle, which is pretty cool, and ranked. He clicks over on the private servers to show us what the menu is like, and the animations. You have to enter a code, just like Shinobi Life. Next, we get our first look at the new UI. Honestly, I think this one's gorgeous. It has a compass on it, which is really cool. Normally compasses are at the top of the screen, but I think this has less clutter. And the bars on the, evade and parry are finally labeled, so we don't have to guess at what they are. Now prepare yourself, because now he's opening the menu, and this is where all the secrets come out. Going off the devil fruit, we can see he has the lightning, the bison, the dragon, the gravity. He has ice, fire, tremor, light, and barrier from the looks of it. Let me know if I got any of those wrong. You can see in the crafting section, he's got the usual, like a fireplace, a cooking pot, lockpick. But what's interesting is that he has a lightning enchant, which is like a temporary buff. I didn't know they'd have those. For the next menu, you can see we have the stat point allocation. You can see on the left, it'll change based on your stats. But on the right, it looks like a perks list. Like these are perks you can find that you level up. Because you can see he has 2 copies and one of them is maxed out. So I'm not really sure how that works. Maybe you can give them to other people. Then you can see you can custom bind all the keys to your liking if you have preferences. The talent menu doesn't look like it's changed much. You can see all the stats being tracked left on the left that you can level up. You got the character grade, which I think is based on your overall mastery, and then the morality, which is based on your actions you do. Like a karma system. Here we get a quick look at the crew menu that hasn't changed, but if you look on the left, you can see the crew is named Marcus Sucks. Now, who is Marcus? I believe he is one of the Rell Bros. So my theory is that it is Marcus and David Rell who live in... Next, I think one of them must have been having a bad day because he decided to leak all of the devlogs. Now, most of this is kind of boring, improved double jump, and, my kick has more better hit detection, that kind of technical stuff that isn't very interesting to look at. That's kind of why they scroll through it so quick. But there's a lot of development stuff. You can see videos they share with each other that you can watch. It's a lot of really technical stuff that you might really enjoy if you're really nerdy about this kind of thing, but most of this you won't really even notice unless you're actually playing the game. Now this boss combat actually has me really excited for the game because there's a lot of dodging. It kind of reminds me of Dark Souls if you played any of those, where you're dodging the boss and attacking when it's open. Obviously it's a lot easier than a Dark Souls game, but then most of the devlog is pretty boring, but you can see here they start showing off new particle effects and new visuals for attacks. I'm particularly interested in the ones that they added to swords. You can see these new effects look really flashy and honestly look really good. I just think the colors were a little weird, it kind of makes it seem like you have a devil fruit or something. But you can see in the final version they actually changed them to be white, which I think works way better. Now we just have to hope that someday they'll add visual effects for every devil fruit. Could you imagine a smoke trail on your melee attack if you're using the smoke fruit? Speaking of smoke, we get a first look at the smoke fruit, which looks awesome. Maybe now my smoker fit will finally come in handy.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What?
Then we see the love fruit for the first time as well. Pretty cool. My favorite looking move is the one where you shoot a projectile and then it homes on. Looks like it's really easy to use. I don't know if it has really good combo potential, but you can see here they fire a projectile into the air and then it auto aims to the guy. That seems pretty cool, especially for like bosses, you know, that kind of thing. Oh, and I almost thought this was the flame fruit, but it seems to be the bomb fruit. You can see it's just explosions and just using them to move around. I always thought the bomb fruit was very interesting, you know, just the way you could use it in a bunch of different ways. But the user in the anime is so bad that in every game they make it terrible. So it's nice to see it finally get some respect. Oh, and these capes look so good. The variety is cool too. They have the Doflamingo cape, which I know, you know, someone out there really enjoys. And we finally see the ice sword in combat. Now, I don't think this one has options like the light one does, but if it did, that would be awesome. Maybe if we complain enough, they'll do it. Honestly, I don't see why not. I know they're writing their own lore for this, like they did for, you know, Shinobi Life, you know, to make it legally different so they don't get sued. And they already, like, they said that's what the weapon moves have their own lore. You know how the sand hook has a sand move and people got mad. And then they said, well, in the lore it makes sense, you know, the new lore that they wrote. So they could give most Logias weapons if they wanted to. It's their lore. Although if they end up giving it to a couple other Logias, I still think it should be pretty rare. I think it's more interesting when there's only a couple of them, like a darkness one, for example. Next, they do their little outro where they talk about how they're polishing up the games and adding new content and trying to make it all, you know, polished. Pretty much what you'd expect. But the most important thing is that they're working on a release date. So hopefully soon. I'm really thinking in the next couple of months we may have the game, but I don't know, maybe like a release date next month or the month after. Honestly, I'm not even gonna guess when the game's coming out because I feel like every time I make a guess, they delay it just to make me look bad. Honestly, I mean it's obviously just a coincidence, but you know, that's what it feels like. Anyways, speaking of outros, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe because I post once a week usually, and there'll be more where that's from. Oh, and comment below your favorite animal.